James chapter 2, verse 14. What good is it, my brothers and sisters, if someone claims to have good faith but has no deeds? Can such faith save them? Suppose a brother or sister is without clothes and daily food. If one of you says to them, "Go in peace, keep warm and well fed," but does nothing about their physical needs, what good is it? In the same way, by faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead. So it's like saying, like, oh, I'm a Christian, but they're not willing to serve in the church, or they're not willing to tithe, and they're not willing to have the works behind their faith. Because from salvation also produces works, good deeds.
But someone will say, "You have faith, I have deeds. Show me your faith without deeds, and I will show you my faith by my deeds. You believe that there is one God. Good, even the demons believe that and shudder." I think that it means even the demons believe in God. Like, there's a difference in believing in God versus following him and like actually having faith.
You have faith, I have deeds. Show me your faith without your deeds, and I will show you my faith by my deeds. It's not saying all through works. That's how faith is, because obviously to get to heaven, it's not works-based.
How foolish, can't you see the faith without good deeds is useless? Don't you remember that our ancestor Abraham was shown to be right with God by his actions when he offered his son Isaac on the altar? You see, his faith and his actions worked together. His actions made his faith complete. And so it happened, just as the scriptures say, Abraham believed God, and God counted him as righteous because of his faith. He was even called the friend of God. So you see, we are shown to be right with God by what we do, not by faith alone.
God asked Abraham to sacrifice his son, yes. So with Abraham and Sarah, God promised them a son, but it took them years to get pregnant with Isaac. And after so many years, Isaac was 14-ish, whenever God was like, "Hey, I want you to take him to the altar." And Abraham was probably like super shocked, really scared, honestly, and he still went out of faith and be like, "The Lord asked me to do this, so I will go do it." He puts him on the altar. He's getting ready to, unfortunately, sacrifice his son, and the Lord just wanted to see his faith. And ultimately, he didn't kill Isaac. The Lord stopped him from doing that.
In the same way, was not even Rahab and the prostitute considered righteousness for what she did when she gave lodging to the spies and sent them off in a different direction. As the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without deed is dead.
Rahab, basically, she hid 2 spies whenever they came knocking at her door, and she could have been like, hey, I have the spies at my door, or let them come into the room / her house. When the soldiers came and knocked on the door, she could have said, "Hey, I've got the spies in the back of my room." The soldiers would have taken them away, and then God's plan would have succeeded. God's plan always succeeds, so there would have been another way. Rahab ended up keeping the spies in her house, keeping her away from the soldiers that came by, and put down a red rope and put it outside the window, kind of showing that, like, I have remained faithful in keeping your promise with the spies in my house, and pointing the soldiers in the opposite direction. Now we're going to move on to chapter 3. We're going to start at verse 1. Not many of you should become teachers, my fellow believers, because you know that we who teach will be judged more strictly. We all stumble in many ways. Anyone who is never at fault in what they say is perfect, able to keep their whole body in check. Not everyone will be called to be a teacher. So when you're a teacher, a professor, a preacher, you're going to be judged more harshly. Verse 3 through 6. When we put bits into the mouths of horses to make them obey us, we can turn the whole animal, or take ships as an example. Although they are so large and are driven by strong winds, they are steered by a very small rudder wherever the pilot wants to go. Likewise, the tongue is a small part of the body, but it makes great boasts. Consider what a great forest is set on fire by a small spark. The tongue also is a fire, a world of evil among the parts of the body. It corrupts the whole body, sets the whole course of one's life on fire, and is itself set on fire by hell. Controlling the tongue is extremely important. What we say matters. Whatever flows from the heart is going to come out through the tongue. The tongue has a lot of control about what we say. 7 through 12. All kinds of animals, birds, reptiles, and sea creatures are being tamed and have been tamed by mankind, but no human being can tame the tongue. It is a restless evil, full of deadly poison. With the tongue we praise our Lord and Father, and with it we curse human beings who have been made in God's likeness. Out of the same mouth come praise and cursing. My brothers and sisters, this should not be. Can both fresh water and salt water flow from the same spring? My brothers and sisters, can a fig tree bear olives, or a grapevine bear figs? Neither can a salt spring produce fresh water.
I think like if you have a good heart, I don't know, you're a good overall person, like you'll say like nice things and talk like good things.
Yeah, whatever comes from the heart is going to come out through the tongue. Okay, so it's like in this specific verse, it's talking about how we curse our brothers and sisters outside the church, but yet when we go to church, we're sitting here praising Jesus, how great he is, but yet we're still cursing our brothers and sisters who are made in the image of God. 13 through 16. Who is wise and understanding among you? Let them show it by their good life, by deeds done in the humility that comes from wisdom. But if you harbor bitter envy and selfish ambition in your hearts, do not boast about it or deny the truth. Such wisdom does not come down from heaven, but is earthly, unspiritual, demonic. For where you have envy and selfish ambition, there you find disorder and every evil practice. But if you harbor bitter envy and selfish ambition in your heart, it will come out from your tongue. That's why he talks a lot about the tongue. Such wisdom does not come down from heaven, but is earthly, unspiritual, and demonic. Okay, 17 and 18. The wisdom that comes from heaven is first of all pure, then peace-loving, considerate, submissive, full of mercy and good fruit, impartial and sincere. Peacemakers who sow in peace reap a harvest of righteousness.
If you think something in your head, you're going to say it out loud. If you do good stuff, then you'll get good stuff.